Thank you very much for having me today, and I look forward to the day when we can meet in person. I have noted with concern the reports from civil society about the increase in attacks, threats, and criminalisation of human rights defenders since the outbreak of COVID-19. And as you all know, defenders of the rights of Indigenous people have been disproportionately targeted for their work. Only last week, Guatemala supported the UN resolution recognizing access to a healthy and sustainable environment as a universal right. Yet land and environmental defenders continue to operate in a hostile environment in Guatemala, risking their lives and their freedom for their peaceful work on behalf of others. In June, I wrote to the government of Guatemala about Bernardo Cal. He had been imprisoned for his peaceful work against the potentially devastating impacts of the Oxec hydroelectric project. Bernardo is a defender of sustainable development. If Guatemala truly supports this right, it should be promoting, not criminalizing his work. As far as possible, I have tried to raise cases with the government of Guatemala when I am made aware of human rights defenders at risk. While I am pleased that the Guatemalan government cooperates with me and has responded to every communication that I have written to them, unless concrete action is taken, impunity will persist. And impunity drives more attacks and murders. It has now been 7 years since the Interamerican Court of Human Rights ordered Guatemala to create within a reasonable time a policy for the protection of human rights defenders. 7 years is not a reasonable time. In March of this year, I presented a report on the killings of human rights defenders and the threats that so often precede them. 65 human rights defenders were killed in Guatemala in the previous 5 years. The number is probably even higher because of underreporting. I wonder how many of these killings could have been prevented if there was a robust public policy for the protection of human rights defenders in place. A robust law that effectively protects human rights defenders can only be constructed if there is meaningful engagement with defenders and other actors at all stages of the process. Human rights defenders are best placed to judge their own needs. Consultations should be broad, encompassing journalists, lawyers, Indigenous people, Afro-descendants, women, LGBTQ persons, and other groups. I look forward to the day when this is realised. I commend the work that you are all doing and wish you well during this important session. Thank you very much.